You're not family. You're just a paycheck. That was the sentence that shattered whatever fragile illusion I had left. My brother, flesh and blood, spat those words at me like venom. And for a second, I think I forgot how to breathe. It wasn't the first time he'd said something cruel. But it was the first time I believed him. Let me back up. I was the quiet one growing up. The peacemaker. The one who cleaned up after the fights, patched the holes in the walls, and said sorry even when I didn't start it. Our house was always loud, shouting, slamming, silence. That suffocating silence that draped over the dinner table like a threat. Dad left when I was 9. Mom never really came back from that. She was physically present, emotionally a ghost. So I raised myself, and later I raised my younger brother Danny. He used to cling to me like a shadow. I taught him how to ride a bike, how to lie to Mom's boyfriends when they asked if she was seeing anyone else. I kept the fridge full, the lights on, the school forms signed. I even skipped college to work full-time so he wouldn't grow up in chaos like I did. We were never rich, but I paid rent, groceries, gas, and car insurance for both of us. I told myself it was temporary. That one day he'd see it, he'd understand everything I gave up for him. Spoiler, he didn't. The fight happened on a Thursday night. I was late coming home from my second shift. The house was trashed again. I asked him to clean up after himself, just once. One time. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I just asked. That's when he exploded. You think just because you pay rent, you deserve respect? I looked at him, holding back tears that had been building for years, and whispered, no. I thought I deserved love. Silence. That cold, loaded silence. He didn't say sorry. He scoffed, rolled his eyes like I was being dramatic, like being screamed at by the person I sacrificed everything for was just another Thursday. So that night, I packed. I didn't cry while doing it. Not even when I folded the hoodie he'd stolen from me in middle school. Not when I passed the photo of us on Halloween, dressed as Batman and Robin. I just packed. Clothes. Chargers. My dignity. I left a note on the fridge. I'm done. Don't call. L. I slept in my car that first night. Cold leather seats. Windows fogged up. My phone lit up with texts from Danny. Really? You're being this dramatic? So what, you're abandoning me now? Fine, don't come back. I didn't reply. I just stared at the screen until it burned into my eyes. Then I blocked him. That week was hell. Couch surfing, showering at the gym, eating gas station sandwiches. But you know what? I was free. For the first time in my life, I wasn't someone's emotional punching bag. I didn't have to walk on eggshells. I could breathe. I started saving, hustling, found a roommate who didn't ask questions. Got a job that paid just enough to scrape by. I didn't have much, but what I had was mine. And then, almost a year later, I got a message from an unknown number. Hey, it's Mom. Danny's in trouble. He needs help. I stared at it for a long time. Not because I didn't care, but because I did. That was the worst part. No matter how much they broke me, I still felt something. Turns out Danny had lost his job, racked up debt, gotten evicted, and now he needed a place to stay. I agreed to meet him, not because I wanted to save him, but because I wanted to face him. We met at a diner. He looked thinner, hollow, but still wore that same smug expression, like the world owed him something. I'm not here to fight, he said. No, I said. You're here because you have nothing left. He flinched. Good. There was a pause, then came the classic manipulation. I just thought maybe we could be family again. I laughed, loudly, right in the middle of the diner. You thought I'd forget everything? The screaming, the guilt trips, the fact that I raised you while you treated me like garbage. I was just a kid, he said. No. You were cruel, and you knew it. His eyes darted around the diner, embarrassed. Good. Let them all watch. Please, he said. I don't have anywhere else to go. I leaned in, soft and sharp. You had me, and you threw me away. I stood up. He grabbed my wrist. Wait. I looked down at his hand. Touch me again and you'll regret it. He let go. And that was it. I walked out. Didn't look back. Not once. Because here's the truth. Forgiveness isn't owed. Love isn't earned through pity. And sometimes, walking away is the revenge. Now I have my own apartment, my own life, a quiet that doesn't feel like danger. And I finally learned that peace doesn't come from fixing broken people. It comes from refusing to bleed for them. The last thing I ever said to my brother was this: I wasn't your paycheck. I was your miracle. And you burned me. Let that echo.